right, good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Westmont Village Board meeting for April 2nd. If our deputy clerk could please do the roll call.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Nero?
Here.
Clerk Simsky is absent. Deputy Clerk Richards present. Trustee Barker?
Here.
Trustee Guzzo?
Here.
Trustee Little?
Here.
Trustee Pirelli?
Here.
Trustee Plowman?
Here.
Trustee Scales is absent. Attorney Zemanek?
Here.
Village Manager Gunther?
Here.
Assistant Village Manager Parker?
Here.
Okay, if everybody could please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I do not have any requests for open forum, so we're going to get right into our reports. Just one thing from me today, downtown parking opportunities. The village has published updated information regarding downtown parking, new opportunities, as well as a plan for temporary village-sponsored valet service while the Cass and Burlington parking lot is affected due to construction. I believe it has started. Curious how it's going, so let us know, give us some feedback, and please take advantage of it. Appreciate everybody's patience throughout this process of redevelopment. And that is all I have. I will pass it over to our deputy village clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple announcements. Village Hall will be closed tomorrow, April 3rd, and then again on May 25th. New sticker prices for yard waste and bulk items will go into effect on May 1st, and residents are allowed to trade in last year's sticker for this year, and there's an expiration date for that, and that is May 29th. And the last thing I had to report on was that the Chamber Community Awards Dinner is April 27th. Tickets are on sale for the annual awards dinner through the Chamber website, and that is westmontchamber.com. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Trustee Johanna Guzzo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to remind everyone tomorrow night is the night's last fish fry of the Lenten season, 25 North Cass, 5 to 8 p.m. If everyone can come on out and support our Knights of Columbus. Our next Fire Public Safety Committee meeting will be May 28th here at Village Hall at 4:30. Everyone is invited to attend. And then a new fire facility update. The fire department is currently vacating the 6015 South Cass Avenue location and moving to their temporary facility at 328 South Wilmette. The fire department administration will have a temporary location at 39 East Burlington during the construction of the new fire facility. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Scales is absent. Trustee Pirelli.
Thank you, Mayor. For the Public Works, the next Public Works Committee meeting is June 11th here at 4:30. And the river sweep, we're still looking for volunteers are needed for the river sweep, which is April 18th. And residents are encouraged to sign up online by April 5th. So come out and help clean up the river. And then the brush, yard waste, and compost program will resume. Flood Brothers will resume their brush, yard waste, and compost program starting on April 6th. And the free leaf pickup the week of April 6th through the 10th. And there's more information on the website for details. And construction projects, residents are reminded to look up any construction projects on the village website for more current updates. And Adopt a Planter. Residents are in businesses and organizations can sign up this year to Adopt a Planter program, and that's also on the website. So to make our downtown pretty with flowers, sign up for Adopt a Planter, and that's all I got.
Thank you. Trustee Bob Plowman.
Thank you, Mayor. The next Police Public Safety Committee meeting will be May 14th here in this building at 4:30. On March 25th, we had an e-bike and e-scooter presentation given by the police department. Deputy Chief Thompson gave a great detailed explanation on the different types of vehicles we were talking about and the different rules associated with each one of them. There was only, unfortunately, there was probably a dozen people, maybe a little bit more that showed up. It was held on the same night, I believe, as 201's Fine Arts Night, so I'm thinking that's maybe why we didn't get a lot of the young young guys showing up. There was a few kids there, but was well received as far as at least I got more out of the program. But it is confusing on what's out there as far as wattage and the different types of equipment that we're talking about. So we are just going to continue to communicate out to our public on where they can find the information, and hopefully we can start dealing directly also with some of the kids in our schools directly on scooter safety and e-bike safety. But you can visit westmont.illinois.gov/e-bikes for any specific information regarding the ordinances. And the largest Special Olympics fundraiser will happen on April 18th. It's the paper shred, so mark your calendars. We will be shredding documents for charity for the Special Olympics. And the Drug Take-Back Day will be April 25th at Mariano's and 500 North Cass. And that's what I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Linda Little.
Thank you, Mayor. We had an Administration Finance Committee meeting, 4:30 this afternoon, and a couple of the biggest ideas that hit were video gaming in the downtown. Overview was presented by Assistant Village Manager Parker, who talked about why it was enacted to support their local restaurants back in the day. The Class 22 cafe licensing, the Class 23 liquor license for restaurants. They talked about operational for a year before you can have another license, and went through all the details regarding those and why they were set up. And it was a good overview for the new people that were interested in visiting about that. In addition to that, we talked about the review of Chapter 10, Alcoholic Beverages, Article 3, talking about the lowering of the age of the servers in restaurants for alcohol. And Mayor Nero and Assistant Liquor Commissioner Mulhern talked about allowing 18-year-olds to serve in restaurants as long as there's a 21-year-old or older managing these people. They're not allowed to pour, obviously. Another item that we talked about was the report on software to enable public communications on the strategic plan. Obviously, the board and staff have worked very hard to build this strategic plan. We spent a couple of days working at evenings working on it, and I know the staff has put hours and hours into it, and they're going to continue to do so, but we now have software that's going to be linked to our website so that the community can see how hard we really work on their behalf and where we are going over the next 3 to 5 years and what the village really should look like. We also talked about the Environmental Improvement Committee annual report, which was given to us by Communications Director McIntyre, and that will be added to our website. The rest of it is, there's a few other items, but they were not nearly as prominent as these others. Pet Palooza Pet of the Week contest. The entire community is invited to go to our website and sign up their pet for this weekly Pet of the Week contest. Details on the website. Westmont.il.gov. I put mine in, and it looks like everybody else on the board has gotten around to putting their pets in, so good job, board. Hope everybody in this community was theirs out there too. Spring window murals. A few windows have already been painted, but there's still time for businesses to sign up for spring windows through westmontevents.com. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Lots of action. Trustee Bruce Barker.
Thank you, Mayor. The Environmental Improvement Committee will meet on Monday, April 6th at 5:30 at the library. And I would like to tell you who the guest speaker is this Monday, but I cannot remember. Signs of aging. But I promise you it's going to be good.
That's all we need to know.
Electronics recycling event this Saturday out in front of Village Hall. And this is run with some businesses and volunteers at EIC. Go out there and support that program. Important thing about it is it grows every time we have it, more and more participation. This Saturday is the event, and there's more details on the village website, and there are charges for some of the things that would be recycled at that program, so look that up. There's a dark sky lighting project. Several projects are scheduled for the downtown area. There was a news release listing some of these projects, so if you're interested in that, This is in the downtown area, and our step towards better lighting for various environmental reasons, but also as we upgrade all our aging infrastructure as far as street lighting goes. Protect Our Pollinators program, you can sign up at the village website. And this is an ongoing program now for years. It used to be a no-mow, and then we changed that because it's an effort to do better environmentally for all pollinators. Not just get out of cutting your grass, right? Tree seedling giveaway, the residents can sign up through the village website to receive up to 3 tree seedlings on Arbor Day, April 24th. That is an initiative through the Public Works Department, but it's been supported now here in Westmont for years. And then lastly, there's a call out for artists for the Vision and Vibe Fest, which happens in September. That's been published, and you can see the website also for that event. So that's our end of the summer, great couple of days there in Veterans Park, and we're looking for artists. It's going well, but there's more spots available. That is all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving right on to our consent agenda. Is there any items to be removed? Hearing none, I do want to make a quick comment. You'll notice there's 2 proclamations. Well, there's a few, but 2 Westmont Middle School for the state champion chess team, and the Westmont Junior High for the state champion wrestling team. You'll notice no one's here tonight, but we're going to be doing, I'm going to be going there to present it in person with everybody at the school at a later date, potential parade, and nice yards, or a street sign for the junior high too. So a lot of things in the works, and this is just the first component. So we'll share those times with the board, make sure everybody knows about it if they want to attend and all that good stuff. So I will then ask Manager Gunther to read the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mayor. On tonight's consent agenda, we have item A, Village Board minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes from the March 19th, 2026 meeting. We also have board minutes from the March 5th, 2026 meeting to be approved. Item B, Finance Ordinance number 7 in the amount of $1,895,230.25. We have a single purchase order for M.E. Simpson Company in the amount of $73,440, and this is for fire hydrant flow testing for the 2026 calendar year. The total purchase orders and finance ordinance number 7 in the amount of $1,968,670.25. Moving on to item E, Pet Palooza. Board to consider an ordinance approving the following requests for the 2026 Pet Palooza event hosted by the Westmont Special Events Corporation, which will be held on May 16th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Moving on to item F, USA Luge Slider Search Tryouts 2026. This is an event we've hosted for several years in the past. This year's tryouts will be on August 16th, 2026 from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we will be closing the street down, closing Cass Avenue from 55th Street north to West Dallas Street. Moving on to the aforementioned proclamations, we have 3 proclamations. Number 1, National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Board to consider a proclamation to declare April 12th through 18th, 2026 National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. We have the Westview Middle School Wildcat Chess Team. Board to consider a proclamation to honor the Westview Middle School Wildcat Chess Team on their state championship. And finally, we have the Westmont Junior High School Panther Wrestling Team. Board to consider a proclamation to honor the Westmont Junior High School Panther Wrestling Team on their state championship. Item J, which is the final item on the consent agenda, the grant request for FMC Natatorium for the 2026 TYR Pro Series. Board to consider a motion awarding a hotel and motel grant in the amount of $58,000 to the FMC Natatorium for the TYR Pro Series event. This event will be held this was held on March 4th through the 7th and brought over 4,000 people to Westmont.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second, Plowman?
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Pirelli?
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, moving on, new business. A, award a bid proposal residential alley 7S reconstruction. Board to consider an ordinance awarding the bid to Schroeder Asphalt Services Incorporated for the residential alley 7S reconstruction project and authorizing a construction contract consistent with the bid documents. Director Reese.
This was a really exciting bid. We got bids from 8 contractors. The low bid was $1,145,663.62, which was approximately 23% lower than the engineer's estimate, so we enjoyed a good bidding climate for this project. And it was 2.38% lower than the second low bid, so all the bids were very tightly clustered. They were very good. This project is the residential alley, which is located between 55th Street and West Quincy Street in Washington and Hudson. The alley will be reconstructed with asphalt pavement, concrete edge restraint, storm sewer, and associated restoration.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second Guzzo.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Pirelli?
Yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving on to B, engineering agreement, Phase 3 construction engineering for residential alley 7S reconstruction. Board to consider an ordinance authorizing an engineering services agreement with Thomas Engineering Group LLC for Phase 3 construction engineering services for the residential alley 7S reconstruction project. Director Reese.
This is a request to approve the sum of $155,550 for the Phase 3 construction engineering services for the previously awarded residential alley project. This agreement will include construction administration, field inspection, and documentation of this alley project.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second Guzzo.
Any questions? Yes, sir.
If maybe Director Reese could tell her why we have kind of, it might seem like an aggressive alley renovation program here in the village for a number of years now. But why do we do this? And
There was a study done a number of years ago, I believe it was I want to say it was either 2015 or 2018, where all of the alleys were studied. There was a lot of problems with many of them, many drainage problems in them, many access problems. A lot of people's only access to their garage is through the alleys. A lot of problems with maintenance, especially during the winter, inability to snowplow, inability for garbage trucks to pick up the trash. So there's just a lot of problems. So there was a decision made years ago now to begin renovating these alleys. So every year we rank them and we do worst first. And now we're on our 5th residential alley reconstruction.
thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Barker. Just more investment in the residential neighborhoods. I appreciate you pointing that out. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Pirelli?
Yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving on, C, a resolution authorizing construction and maintenance of municipal facilities by municipal forces in the state right-of-way. Board to consider a resolution authorizing construction and maintenance of municipal facilities by municipal forces in the state right-of-way. Director Reese.
This is a resolution that IDOT requires us to pass every so often to allow us to maintain any facilities that we own in the state right-of-way, which in our case is Ogden Avenue. So any like right-of-ways or sidewalks or landscaping, parkway trees, things like that, that may be in the state right-of-way, so that we don't have to do like a bunch of permitting through IDOT.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Plowman?
Second, Little?
Oh,
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Pirelli?
yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving right on. D, engineering services agreement, construction engineering for the water treatment control plant system demolition and chlorination system replacement. Board to consider an ordinance authorizing an engineering services agreement with Baxter and Woodman Incorporated for Phase 3 construction engineering services for the water treatment control plant system demolition and chlorination system replacement. Director Reese.
This is to approve the sum of $45,390 for construction engineering services. So this will include some part-time field inspection, shop drawing review, and some limited like times when they're going to come for like the startup and things like that. We plan to do most of the day-to-day stuff, coordination with the contractor in-house.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second, Plowman?
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Pearlie?
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Big night for you. All right, we got a big one next. E, agreement for consultant services, Westmont Comprehensive Plan and Downtown Streetscape Master Plan. Board to consider an ordinance approving an agreement with the Lamar Johnson Collaborative Incorporated and sub-consultants, Cruick Sexton Partners and Gawalt Hamilton Associates Incorporated to prepare a comprehensive plan and to prepare a downtown streetscape master plan. Director Hennerfein.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Board. So what we're doing tonight is we've talked about the comprehensive plan quite extensively over the last probably 6 or 8 months. So we put out an RFP right around the first of the year. We had 8 proposals that were received. The selection committee brought in 4 of those, and LJC was picked as the cream of the crop. They really formatted their work to be done to Westmont. We thought they were a great fit. So what we're here tonight to do is to approve the contract so that we can start moving forward. As the village manager mentioned, one of the first steps is going to be working on steering committees and groups. And this also includes the Downtown Streetscape Master Plan, which will be advanced. I believe that the goal is to have that done by August. So I do have them here. They did want to do a quick presentation because although the selection group has seen much of their work, the board necessarily has not. So I will go ahead and ask Eli to come up.
Please, yeah, thanks for coming.
All right. Good evening. Thank you for having us tonight. Oh, look at that. Working perfectly. Appreciate you for welcoming us, and obviously we're extremely excited to work on the project. I'm Eli Lecter. I'm a principal landscape architect and planning for Lamar Johnson Collaborative, joined by Chelsea Miller from Crook Sexton, one of our colleagues who are going to be working on the plan as well. I'll keep the presentation brief. Obviously, welcome any questions from mayor and council. You're seeing on the screen there, and apologies for the size, the team makeup. So the team is led by Leslie Roth, a colleague of mine who leads our planning group for LJC and who I've worked with for over 10 years, and then a variety of team members. Renee Blaine is going to be the project manager and kind of the main point of contact on the project. Crook Sexton is the team members that will be leading the downtown master plan. And again, we're working on both the downtown master plan and a comprehensive plan, and we'll go through the 4-phase approach that we have and how we've tied both of those projects together. And then Gawalt Hamilton is the engineering group who we've worked with over a number of years, very familiar with the area, and will be working with us on the plan as well. In terms of the plan, we really tried to tailor our approach to the village of Westmont and to the goals and priorities here. We're going to be looking at all of the different sub areas, and it's quite a long list, and then paring them down and doing a deeper dive into the few of them as we work through the plan and understand the priorities of the village better. We're really pride ourselves in the way that we put our plans together and trying to make sure that they are easy to read for the public, that they're graphic, and that they're exciting for the community, and so that they can be taken on then to implementation. That's really what we are focused on, is making sure that we're looking into the future, but we're making sure that the plan can go from completion to implementation. We took a brief view, and obviously we're planning to learn a lot more about the village throughout this process, but really we started to try to understand the demographics, how it fits into the overall county, how it fits into the overall region. We're trying to understand, again, the transit-oriented nature of the village, but then also how it connects in other ways to the surrounding communities, and making sure that we're understanding really the diverse culture that's here, how these different commercial areas connect to each other, and really how all of the land uses and housing typologies fit together. So our approach, again, as I mentioned, is a 4-phase process. It's going to be an iterative approach where we're going in, we're gathering information, we're understanding, and then we're coming back consistently to the steering committee, to the village, to the stakeholder groups throughout that process to make sure that one, we're moving it forward, but two, that we're getting the information correct and really understanding what the priorities and goals are. And then throughout this process, again, highly graphic deliverables that are easy for everyone to understand, and making sure that we have regular communication with everyone across the village that's involved with the plan, stakeholder, steering committee, staff. Again, sorry for the text size here, but you should be seeing on the screen the 18-month process that we're going through. And again, we're going to be working on the comprehensive plan at the same time as the downtown master plan in an iterative approach. And so what you're seeing on there in this first phase, and really what would start up immediately, is a kickoff meeting with staff, with the steering committee, and then going through all of the previous reports, plans, studies that have been done, making sure that we understand that, and starting into kind of the discovery of what is out there, going through a SWOT analysis for the sub areas and starting that market and economic analysis. Throughout the process then, we're going to be working on vision and goals in the next phase, really making sure that we understand what the priorities are, where the village wants to go, and then in the third phase, drafting the plan. And then in the final one, we call it Empower. That's when we're going through and refining it and moving towards plan adoption. And really during that phase, we're trying to make sure the plan is set up so that the key pieces can move as quickly as possible after that into implementation. Throughout this, there's going to be key person and stakeholder interviews. We're going to work with village staff, with council, with the steering committee to make sure we're identifying the right individuals for all of that. There'll be public workshops throughout, and then meetings for the streetscape as well. As mentioned before, Crook Sexton, those team members are very familiar with the village and worked on projects here before. They're looking to create a downtown street master plan, or sorry, streetscape plan that is going to improve the connectivity and really look at the entire streetscape, but within also the context of this comprehensive plan. And so we're trying to make sure that we're taking the things that have happened over the last few years, the spaces that have been created, and take that approach and look at how we can then bring it to the rest of the streets in downtown, but also understand what the priorities from businesses are, what the priorities are from residents, and make sure we're building that into both the short-term implementation and the long-term goals for both downtowns and the other commercial areas. Again, safety is always going to be a priority, both from a vehicular, from a pedestrian, and from other mobility standpoints. And we're going to be trying to make sure that we're integrating all those pieces. And then stormwater management, again, with Gaywald Hamilton and with Crook Sexton, is going to be one of the other key focus areas as well for this plan. All of this is going to get coordinated into a capital improvement plan so that we can be proactive, start looking for where those other funding sources can come from. And again, similar to the comprehensive plan, we're trying to make sure this plan is future focused, but implementation ready. And with that, obviously, I'm open to any questions, and I appreciate everyone listening and the time to present tonight.
Well, we appreciate you coming. Thank you very much. Any questions from the board for the vendor?
I've got a couple.
Yes, sir. Fire away.
So it's been a while since we did a comp plan, you probably heard that, right? So what's a life expectancy of something like this?
I will say it depends. Every comprehensive plan is different. We are working on the comprehensive plan with the City of Moline right now, with City of Joliet. Each one is different. Each one's different on their time horizon. Generally, we say 10 years plus or minus. I think bigger cities, we worked on a good portion of Chicago's most recent citywide plan. They were like 50 years. That's longer than we would usually recommend for a community. But I think it depends on how those goals and the implementation strategy is put together. 10 years is usually a reasonable time horizon to implement the goals that are set out in there. There's always going to be some long-term goals that are going to go on way beyond 10 years. But with market conditions, with demographic shifts, usually you start to see diminishing returns after that.
And then in the, in this planning process that you use, right, are you seeing, or have you seen in the history or the study or whatever, can a plan be updated, or is it tossed out and every time you do this, you're starting from scratch?
No, I don't think that's the case. So we are definitely going to take what was done before, look at it, put it under the microscope to say, and take it to the rest of the steering committee, to the stakeholder groups, and say, are there parts here? Did this work? Did this not work? How was that received? I think every time we do one of these, you have to start from where you were. And if you don't, I think it gives a lot of the community planning fatigue. We want to make sure that we're understanding where you're coming from instead of asking you the same questions over and over again. And that's a really key part of our process. No one wants to give up their, their evening time, their after-school time, whatever it is for the different stakeholder groups, their weekends, to answer the same questions over and over again. And so we want to be responsive and thoughtful about how we approach the stakeholder groups, the steering committee, really everyone that's involved, the public engagement as well. So we're asking the questions of, this is what you did last time, we heard what you said, or we're seeing what you said, did that work? As opposed to, is this a good idea? Is that a good idea? We got to make sure that we're focused. So to answer your question, the plan can be updated in the future. You can update it obviously at any point after that, and it could be as simple as, hey, this sub area was drawn, we looked at it thoughtfully, and now this new development came in, this has really changed this sub area, we're going to go update that. So I think there's always opportunities to update either a part or a larger portion of the plan.
All right, thank you. And I do want to say that, this sounds completely different than what we did before. I'm optimistic from everything that I see. And then I also, on a personal note, I want to say I'm glad that Joe is involved in this, more in the driver's seat than, previously, because there's a very good resource right there. So that is all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I did modify the ordinance. We're still negotiating some of the final points of the agreement with the consultants. So the ordinance says that it's subject to Joe, myself, and the village manager finalizing contract terms that don't include the price or substantially alter the time for completion. And once it's in final form, the manager's authority to sign. We expect that hopefully in the next week or so to get wrapped up.
Yep. Understood.
How well is the communication planned through this whole process as far as, is it regular updates? Is there, that's given to the public, that's given to the board?
I'm going to jump back here if I can. So public engagement is something that we look at through a bunch of different lenses. So there are 3 public meetings, 4 steering committee meetings, but then we didn't really put a number on stakeholder interviews and key person interviews. Those are something that we're going to have to work through with steering committee, with the rest of the village staff as well to understand. May have to do more, may have to do less, may come at different points of time. And then we're also doing a number of streetscape meetings too. So there are key touch points throughout the entire thing with the public. And the public, when I say the public, again, in the most general sense, because some people will be on steering committee, some people will be in this part or that part of a stakeholder group. And so we really have to take the plan that we started with in terms of our response to the RFP, and then we need to work with the village staff to say, okay, this sub area here is going to need more touch points than this one over here. And it can't be the same approach, obviously, for all of them. All of that being said, we've tried to outline the different meetings that we plan to have throughout the process. And then we're going to have very regular communication, obviously, with all of the village staff as we're working through this. So in terms of that communication, that is, weekly at different points, maybe every other week throughout the process as we're developing deliverables, because we do need to be constantly checking in. Does this track? Is this what you were expecting? Prepping for the next public meeting, prepping for the next deliverable.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? All right, well, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And I also appreciate the fact that we're expediting the streetscape plans. I know it's important to the board and really the village tied to some development, so we're excited to see that too. But
thank you.
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
everyone
tonight.
for having us. Thank you.
Okay, well, I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Plowman?
Second Kuzo.
Any other comments? Joe, anything from you?
Well, we're excited to start this process.
I know you are. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Crowley?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Congrats, and let's get started. Thanks, guys. All right, moving on. Not as exciting, but we got to talk about it. F, special counsel appointment. Board to consider an ordinance confirming the mayor's appointment of Attorney Charles Rohde as special counsel to the village for criminal appellate court work. And I will ask our attorney Zemanak to help us out here.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. The village prosecutor obtained a conviction on a DUI case, and the defendant is appealing that using the appellate public defender. The village's prosecutor, who the village has used for a long time, doesn't actually perform appellate court work, so special counsel is needed to perform that work. Since I don't do criminal law, I don't think I'd be qualified to do it. The village prosecutor recommended several attorneys who were provided to the mayor and the police chief. There's an agreement on one attorney, Charles Rohde, who's based in Wheaton, has over 20 years of experience doing criminal work, including appellate court work. He's got favorable billing rates, and we're ready to get him on board.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Pirelli.
Second, Plowman?
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Pirelli?
Yes, yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you. Moving on, G, amendment to agreement with Metro Paramedic Services. Board to consider an ordinance approving a fourth amendment to the public-private partnership agreement for EMS firefighting staffing with Metro Paramedic Services Incorporated. Chief Riley.
Thank you, Mayor. The existing agreement with Metro was approved in 2022 for a 5-year contract. For years 2 of 5 of the agreement, the parties must negotiate and agree on the compensation that the village must pay to Metro, not to exceed 5% increase or decrease in any year. This amendment agrees to a 5% increase this year. And just a little background, out of that 5%, 3.5% will be the raises for the 12 contract paramedics that work with us, and the other 1.5% is an increase in their health care insurance as that it continues to skyrocket. So, any questions I can answer?
Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve Guzzo.
Second, Little?
Any questions or comments? Glad it's going to raises, or most of it at least. That's great. Okay, hearing no others, roll call, please.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Pirelli?
Yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay. Couple fun things here now we got. Pick it up a little bit. Last two are connected. H Lions Club Spring Fling 2026. Board to consider a motion awarding a hotel motel grant in the amount of $2,500 to the Westmont Lions Club for the Spring Fling event. Assistant Manager Parker.
Right, as Mayor noted, this and the next item are both very connected, so I'll talk about them together. So this is for the Spring Fling. This is an event that the Lions Club has done for several years, and we have consistently provided a hotel motel grant for them for $2,500. The way hotel motel grants work is we will provide up to $2,500 for an event, and we'll match the contributions that the event host puts in, so we don't pay more than half of the cost of the event, and we don't pay more than $2,500 per event. This year, the Spring Fling's in a little bit different location. We're doing it out front here instead of up at Ty Warner Park. This is something that the board's already familiar with and already approved the event itself back in December. This is now the grant to assist the Lions with this event. And because this year they're doing a little bit more due to their anniversary, we are doing not just one event for the Spring Fling, but adding a second event this year as a second grant for the fireworks. So instead of the typical $2,500 we'd be giving them, we'll be giving them a grand total of $5,000 to go towards both pieces of this event this year. So that's both this item and then also item I.
Thank you, sir. Exactly what the funds are for, bringing more people to town. So I'm excited about this event. We do have 2 prestigious Lion members here. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the event? Since you're both here, I mean, come on. Go ahead. All right. Just you, Dan, not Rick.
No, just a great year. Can't wait. It's already like 60 or 55 days away. It's coming faster than you know it. No, lots of good fun. 4 days, so totally looking forward to bringing it downtown. We're consistently getting bigger and bigger and bigger over here. So we've actually outgrown Ty Warner Park. This actually gives us about 18,000 square feet more of what we're utilizing, which is still stressing us into size. We don't have enough space where we look. We'd like to somehow over the time get over to 63rd Street. We want to continue the fun on both sides of town, keep it going. As we get bigger, you know, the fun keeps getting bigger, but we have 2 celebrations this year. It's our 90th anniversary, and it's the country's 250th birthday, so there's 2 big features there. That includes the fireworks show that we'll be launching for both those celebrations, which will be hosted Saturday night. If there's an event of rain, we look to shoot on Friday versus Sunday. Because Sunday is the big night. Obviously, we take everything down to get ready to open the streets back up for Monday, especially with the parade and all the good festivities that we have here in town. So 4 days of fun. Can't wait, and can't wait to see all you guys there as we always do. And yeah, let's rock out.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Oh, second, Pirelli.
Any comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Pirelli?
Yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Let's go on to the next one. I, Lions Club Anniversary Fireworks. Board to consider a motion awarding a hotel motel grant in the amount of $2,500 to the Westmont Lions Club for the Lions Club Anniversary Fireworks event in connection with the Spring Fling event. And I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Little?
Second, Pirelli.
Any questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Pirelli?
Yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
And Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Motion passes. Thanks for coming, guys. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you putting it on. See you there. We will. All right, anything in miscellaneous? Hearing none, we don't have a request for executive session. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Little?
Second, Plowman?
Roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Plowman?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
And Trustee Pirelli?
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Have a good night. This meeting is adjourned.
It's not.